This video is not sponsored by Main Street Coffee, but Main Street Coffee, call me. I love you. If you are trying to do a smoky eye and you don't want to look like a drowned, harassed rat, then look no further, because I, the professional makeup artist, Ashley, have the perfect tutorial for you. Let's get into it. My eyelids are bald, which means we're about to have some fun. I love a smoky eye. I haven't done one in a really long time because I just haven't had time to sit down and do like a whole smoky eye. So that's my bad. I have a life to live. I have a brand to run and things to do. Sometimes I just need to quickly do my makeup, but I feel like being pretty today. So you know what? We're just going to have a little bit of fun with this makeup and do a smoky eye that I haven't done in a little bit, that I feel like I've kind of gone down to a science at this point. So I feel like I need to share that tutorial with you. The only two things that I'm going to really be using today is a natural palette and a kohl liner. So make sure you have two of those things. I have the Narcissus Beauty Narcissus palette and the Makeup Forever Artistry pencil. This is gonna help us out a little bit just to make it a little bit better. Now, I am not wasting any time. I'm not making any jokes, any hoo-hoos or ha-has. I have things to do, and so do you. So I'm not wasting any time. And if you want to know how I got this base so glowy and pretty, head over to my Instagram and I'll give you a step-by-step tutorial on the perfect base you'll ever have. And I use the brand new Narcissus Beauty High Point Blush Collection in shade Drunken Flush on my cheeks and on my lips, because isn't that so cute that we can make it a cheek and a lip and an eye tint? I think it's adorable and I think it's so fun and so chic. And I am a girl on the go, so I need something that can be all three if I need it to be. I'm done wasting time. I keep saying, oh, I'm not gonna waste any time, and I keep going. So let me just jump right into it. I'm gonna just take some setting powder. I wanna make this kind of quick. Tap, 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 tap. We're gonna take the powder right here. Bink, bink. I'm not putting any concealer on my eyelids today because I don't want to. And I'm gonna set my lids with a translucent setting powder, and I put a lot on, and that was maybe a bad idea, but it's fine because it's a translucent setting powder and it cannot hurt me if I don't let it. But my eyelids are really oily and I felt the need to use this, so that's just what we're doing. So I went all over my eyelids. I wanted to make sure that all of the oil was sort of set in place, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now, where we kind of want to start with this is that we want to take a nude shade. So for me, my nude in this palette is going to be Beautiful Hunter on top of the translucent powder and sort of set that first, because we want to have a nice layer for our smoky eye, so that way the color is nice and blended and good to go. And then after that, we're also going to use a shadow before we go in with the Artistry pencil. Now, with a blending brush that kind of looks like this, I don't know what this is. This is the Morphe M573 brush that I feel like I've had forever. With this brush, we're gonna pretty liberally take a shade that's just slightly darker than our nude tone. So for me, that's going to be Reflection. And what I love about the Narcissus palette is that there is a shade for everybody. So your nude and your next darkest color will always be in there. I'm gonna tap off some of the excess, and then I'm gonna go like this and look down and sort of feel where my crease is. Now, I have hooded eyes. This specifically is gonna be a tutorial for hooded eyes. If you want one for a different set of eyes, then I will make one. However, this is gonna be specifically for hooded eyes like mine. I have more upturned almond hooded eyes. So, you know, if you have eyes like mine, that's gonna work for you. You might have to adjust it based on your eyes, but the actual colors and technique kind of stay similar. So I'm going to just look kind of down a little bit and take this nude color right into the, I think this is called the ocular bone, maybe? And just pretty liberally go back and forth with it like this, right? So this is gonna allow some form of transition in between, and it'll allow for some softness when we start going a little bit crazy with that black color. Also going kind of fast because my battery's on 1%. Now, if you feel like the line is a little bit too harsh between this area up here where you set it with translucent powder and the bottom, you can go in with that brush that you just used and tap a little bit of that nude color and sort of soften the edges over here, just blending it upwards. Just like that, right? Right now, it's looking like something that I do every day, which is nice because if I want to go out later on after doing this look, you know, what I have now, then all I really have to do is just play around with the darker colors and some shimmers. So it's a very versatile look. You can start light and turn it to nighttime. So, you know, do it that way. So I'm gonna take my Artistry pencil, and it's not sharpened. You should sharpen it. I just don't know where my sharpener is right now, to be entirely honest, and I don't feel like looking for it, so I don't know why the battery keeps dying. So my eyes are sisters, not twins, which just means I have to take different methods to do the other eye. So where this one, I can go straight out, I know this one I have to round it out a little bit and sort of go a little bit underneath the actual eyelid and go right under this lash line to kind of get it a little bit even. With a blending brush like this is the Morphe M506 brush, I am going to go in with the scariest color in this palette for some people, and that is going to be Cursed. And I'm not just talking about the name, I am talking about the fact that it is a black eyeshadow, and black eyeshadow is nothing to be afraid of. Black eyeshadow is amazing. So black eyeshadow can really enhance the look, but it is really easy to mess up. So it's all about taking baby steps when you're using it, which is why we lay the Artistry pencil down first, because it's easier to place than a powder. So over the Artistry pencil that I've already put down, I'm going to start on the outer corner, right over here, and just keep it as close to that lash line as I possibly can. And then slowly we're going to blend upwards. I'm doing more like patting motions than regular circular motions as I normally would do. Like they're a little swipe, 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 swipes. I want to be very precise with where I'm putting this. And I'm just extending this forward near the cornea. And now I can start blending upwards on an angle, about a 45-degree angle. And I'm just gonna keep blending upwards and blending outwards, not going any further than that V line. We're just gonna keep blending until you see that that color is sort of fading off of your brush. And if you want to, if you're getting a little nervous about that nude color, take a blending brush and a bigger blending brush rather, and sort of blend it back and forth to make sure that brown nudie color is still there. So now that we've laid down the black, we're gonna go back in with that nude color that we started with. That's why I said we wanna start it first. We wanna know what the color is gonna look like to sort of play with where we want the shadows to go. I'm going to go in and I'm gonna take Beautiful Hunter now mixed in with a little bit of a lighter color, and that's going to be Unrequited Love. And I'm gonna tap those two together, tap off excess, and with a dome brush like this one, I don't have a name of this one. I don't even know where this came from. I am going to pat it into place, starting at where my cornea is, blending it all the way up into that nude color and blending it a little bit into the black. And if it looks like it's wiping away the black, don't worry. We're going to go in again and we're going to fix any harsh edges. There's no need to ever stress when you're doing makeup like this. Everything is a process, and you will learn slowly but surely that everything always works itself out. So is life. Now, once that's placed, I'm going to take the same brush that I just used. That's going to be that dome brush. And I know that my perfect gold color is a mix between Narcissus and Stygian Waters. And I'm going to pat that right over where we just put our nude. Okay, now that you feel like you look crazy, we're gonna go back in with that little teeny tiny blending brush and a little bit of Cursed. Gonna tap off any excess, and now you're just going to go really close to the lash line here and just lightly brush the black on, also dragging it up into that glitter shadow here that you've just put on, just to slightly blend the two together so it doesn't look like such a harsh line in between the both of them. So like, here's the thing, I have other batteries, but my batteries that I have don't seem to be working for my new camera. It's just making me mad because every 5 seconds, I need to charge my battery. So we're just gonna do the best that I can. I'm just a girl, I'm trying really hard here. Anyway, we're going to take the Artistry pencil again, and we are going to just line under here, under the lash line a little bit, very lightly. And I'm going to turn it into a little cat eye here, which would be better if I had my liner sharpened, but I don't. I'm also going to take the same liner and just hug it really close to this lash line here to make it look like regular liner, liquid liner. If you guys don't know, and if I haven't told you yet, I'm allergic to liquid liners. Not all of them, but most of them, and I don't want to do gel today because I don't feel like it's entirely necessary. Now we mimicked what you would do with your liquid liner or your gel liner. I'm going to take a little bit of Cursed again and really buff this into the bottom half here. And I'm just going to continue to blend it out slightly towards the bottom. And I'm gonna drag it a little bit forward so it's not a harsh stop. Hot. Let's do it on the other side. Obviously, we can tell that my left eye is the better eye, unfortunately. Just to clean it up a little bit extra, I'm going to take a flat brush that's clean, and I'm going to drag a little line backwards. Now I don't want to put concealer on it because I want a little bit of the smokiness from the shadow. I just want to make sure it's controlled where I want it to be. And I'm lifting it upwards because we want that cat eye look lifting up. Now this is the point where on a normal, like I'm going out kind of day, I would put on fake lashes, but that's just not in the cards today. That's just not something that I feel like doing. So I'm gonna use my lash curler and really get in there and curl these lashes because we're gonna have to mimic falsies. If we have any eye doctors in the chat, do you want to tell me why I'm allergic to eyeliner and lash glue? It's not the latex, because I've used latex free and I have the same reaction every time. I'm going to be using the Size Up Mascara from Sephora, and if you know me, you know that this is like my favorite. It's in my kit now. It is just everything. They are inspiring me on what I want when I make my own mascara. And there you have it, the perfect smoky eye. Now this is perfect for any date night, any night out, anytime you just want to feel a little bit more glamorous than your normal routine. It's super simple. We used one palette, the Narcissus palette, and we used one pencil, and you're done. If you really want to, you can go in and line your waterline, but I don't feel like doing that today. So this is my staple perfect smoky eye. So if you like this video, make sure to like it. Leave a little comment about what your go-to makeup routine is. Make sure you get your hands on the Narcissus palette as well as the High Point blushes. This is Drunken Flush on my cheeks and on my lips. And make sure that you share this with somebody that you want to see do the biggest, boldest smoky eye you've ever seen. All right, that's all I have for you today. Enjoy.